Now, Mr. Anil Antony, former Congress party leader who has decided to step down from the party. Mr. Antony, who handled the digital communications for Congress and its Kerala unit, took to Twitter to slam those who are placing views of BBC over Indian institutions, and has now come ahead to say that I am ready to step down from the party because there are contrarian views of what the party ideology is and what is exactly happening with him. In a way, talking about the pressure and the immense pressure that was mounted on him to take back those tweets despite having a difference of opinion within the Congress party. In fact, reactions that are also coming in from the BJP side welcoming the move that has now been taken by Mr. A.K. Antony. Let's play out the tweets and the reaction coming on part of Shehzad Poonawalla of the BJP, because he too was once part of the Congress party. Let's get you what he has to say, that my dear friend Anil Antony's resignation from Congress is deja vu for me. So Shehzad is with us right now. Would you elaborate on the point that you were making, Shehzad?
First of all, let me stand in solidarity with Anil. Anil Antony is a bright, young, dynamic, extremely hardworking voice from Kerala, and he has been committed to the national cause from a very, very long period of time. It is unfortunate that the Congress party, on the one hand, seems to pretend to be the torchbearer of free speech, Amita. But on the other hand, whether it is in my case when I spoke up against dynasty politics, or whether it's in Anil's case when he's speaking out against not compromising national sovereignty at the altar of petty politics, and that too on a matter that has been settled by the highest court of this country. When he just does that and puts out a tweet, he is almost sidelined, abused, and the intolerant emergency mindset of the Congress comes out. And this I can tell you, Anil may not have said it in black and white, but it is sponsored by Rahul Gandhi and his chamchas. Rahul Gandhi and his chamchas are extremely intolerant, and they cannot tolerate a view which is in national interest. And therefore, when Anil put out that tweet, he was subjected to a barrage of insults and humiliation. And this is absolutely unacceptable. He and we may have a lot of political differences, but when Anil puts out something which is in the national interest, that we should not, be following propaganda of a state-sponsored media agency which is discredited, or some Jack Straw fellow who led the world into a crisis with the kind of fake narratives they peddle about all kinds of things. I mean, why should we give any credence to that? But when he puts out that fact, he is subjected to this kind of harassment and intolerant behavior. So today it is clear that the emergency mindset persists in the Congress, and this is the way people are persecuted. And I'm glad that Anil has taken this decision. On a personal note, I would only tell him that, we always knew this about the Congress party. 5 years ago, this was well known about the Congress's intolerant mindset, and I'm glad that people are realizing.
Shehzad, what happens to that decades-long of service that these two leaders, if we talk about Mr. Anil Antony and his father, have given to the Congress party? Is that all forgotten now?
Congress is the most ungrateful party. I put in 15 years of my life, my youth in the Congress. People have struggled and struggled for the Congress's cause. What have they done? In fact, they have only called anybody who speaks out against the family and for national interest as a traitor. So today, Antony family is a traitor because it is standing with the nation and not with the Parivar. So, this emergency mindset is a hallmark of Congress and its chamchas, including the likes of Jairam Ramesh and others. And these chamcha-wali party should realize that national interest is above parivarik interest. One parivar wants to create a song and dance about some fake narrative to humiliate a person and to compromise national interest doesn't mean everybody will support that. There are much more people like this in the Congress, and you wait and watch. Many more will leave after the kind of...
Shehzad, it seems like, having a personal point of view or a different point of view that goes against the party line seems to be like a crime within the Congress party. Then why no action was initiated against Mr. Digvijay Singh?
See, this is the point, right? If Digvijay Singh can go ahead and abuse, insult our armed forces, but that is a democratic point of view, which is entitled to remain in the Congress, then why can't Anil's view be a democratic point of view? So this is not about national interest or national view. It is only about parivarik interest and parivarik view. अगर परिवार के व्यू के साथ खड़े हैं तो ठीक है. अगर परिवार के खिलाफ जाते हैं तो फिर आप ट्रेटर कहलाते हैं, और ट्रेटर जो कहलाता है उसके साथ क्या हश्र होता है, ये शहजाद या अनिल से पूछो. I stand with my friend Anil. I mean, beyond politics, he still has many issues with the BJP, but we stand by him because this freedom of speech का ढिंडोरा पीटने वाली कांग्रेस का असली चेहरा आज सामने नजर आ गया है.
But Shehzad, to what length does it exposes the Congress's duplicity? I mean, on one hand, if we talk about issues that concern national security, we've seen how even when it comes to the minority cell and the Congress leaders are indulging, even when it comes to the screening of the banned docu-series, to what length exactly will they go to? It's just not about opposing the Modi Sarkar or the centre, is it? It is much more than that.
अमिता, ये वो लोगों का झुंड बन चुका है जो एक व्यक्ति का विरोध करते करते देश का विरोध करते हैं. भाई, सेना को जब ये नहीं स्पेयर करते, सेना की पिटाई हो गई बोल देते हैं, संवैधानिक संस्थाओं को स्पेयर नहीं करते, सुप्रीम कोर्ट को नहीं करते, इलेक्शन कमीशन को नहीं करते, ईवीएम को नहीं करते, देश को नहीं करते, संसद को नहीं करते. आज ये लोग एक झूठी प्रोपेगेंडा फिल्म को लेकर, और ये वही लोग हैं जो बताइए कि अगर सुप्रीम कोर्ट फैसला देता है तो उसमें उनको कोई यकीन भरोसा नहीं है, कोई फिल्म कुछ बता देता है तो उसमें पूरा उनकी आस्था है. ये उनके डबल स्टैंडर्ड्स है. बहरहाल मुझे लगता है कि ये केवल एक पारिवारिक हित का समूह बन चुका है कांग्रेस पार्टी, और इसीलिए राष्ट्र हित में बोलने वाले लोग वहां पर नहीं रह सकते.
All right, Shehzad, thanks very much for joining in. So, BJP leader, who was once part of the Congress party, has been welcoming the move that has now been taken by Anil Antony to step down from his role within the Congress party. Let's also talk about the confrontation that was caught live on air right here on Times Now. Times Now, as always, setting the news agenda. Let's put forth the direct confrontation that happened with my colleague Pradeep Datta during the Bharat Jodo Yatra with Digvijay Singh and Jairam Ramesh on what they had to say while raising questions against the Indian Armed Forces. And then we'll also play out the counter of what Rahul Gandhi thought of those statements made by Digvijay Singh.
Every time Digvijay Singh has become a kind of a habitual offender, he keeps on giving statements. He has said the same thing about the 26/11, that time it was the Congress government. And now he has given the same statement asking for sabut in this particular case also. And every time Congress tries to distance itself from Digvijay Singh's statement, and today also you said that you don't agree with that, I agree with that. But why action is not initiated?
We are a democratic party, okay? And we are not a dictatorship. We don't run our party with principles of coercion. We don't appreciate Mr. Digvijay's personal views, but the views of the party are above Mr. Digvijay Singh's views. The views of the party are generated from a conversation within the party. I would like to assure you that Mr. Digvijay Singh's views are outlying views. They are not views that are held by the by the center of the party. We are absolutely crystal clear that the armed forces do a job, they do a job exceptionally well, and they do not need to be providing proof for anything. So we try to manage a conversation. You see, there's no, in the BJP, in the RSS, there's no conversation.
Well, this is the same hypocrisy that Mr. Anil Antony seems to be now pointing out to while his resignation tweet and the letter that he has now addressed to the Congress party that has now come out today, because you heard directly from Rahul Gandhi on what he has now been talking about the opinion of Digvijay Singh. As time and again he has questioned the Indian Armed Forces, calling the Congress party as a democratic party and not a dictatorship. In a complete different point of view, Mr. Anil Antony seems to be saying that intolerant calls to retract a tweet by those fighting for free speech, I refused. And when it comes to the wall of hate and abuses by one supporting a trek to promote love, hypocrisy is thy name. We'll be back.